In this lecture, I'm going to show you how to set up some basic system monitoring commands. So what I'm going to do is on router 1, I'm going to set up SNMP community strings and define a syslog server for sending system messages as well as service timestamps. And they're basic system monitoring commands that are used on network devices. So we'll start with router 1. I'm just going to sign on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with SNMP. So SNMP uses community strings for authentication, often to a network monitoring station. So in this example here, I'm going to use SNMP server community Cisco and then read-only. So the Cisco is a string, a password, a string used for read-only access. And then I'm going to set up another string called CCNA exam, and that's for read-write access. So I'm just going to configure terminal in SNMP server, then community. And then just Cisco will just be the read-only string. And the next one I'll do is just I'll do CCNA exam, another string for read-write. And so the read-write string will be community string will be CCNA exam for authentication. So those are both done. Then what I want to do is set up a syslog server, and that's for sending local system messages to a syslog server. And it's really important to do that because it sets it up for troubleshooting, for security, and things like that. And syslog server is just a remote server that just manages the system logs. So the first thing I want to do is go logging on to enable system logging. Then I want to point to where the syslog server is. So that command is just logging host and then the host address. In this case, I'll just use 192.168.3.1. And there's the syslog server, that's 3.1. There's the NMS station for system monitoring. And the next thing I want to do, once I've done that, is just put in service timestamps. And so what I want to do, it's important that as well because the timestamps are added to all your system messages. So you want to be able to use that for reports and troubleshooting and know when things are occurring. And so it's actually a top level command. So it didn't support something there, probably just local time. So okay, so I'm just timestamps. I'm going to log them with a date time, and that's all I want to do there. And so that's basically just some commands that can be configured on the router. And it's going to go show run. Show you the commands themselves in the configuration script. So there's the community strings for SNMP. There's the syslog server. And then timestamps is enabled as well. It's typically turned off, but it's that's for logging system logging syslog system messages. So it's going to put a timestamp on those. And that concludes system monitoring.